You in a good mood?
All right, any news today? How many people? Okay, you ready?
All right.
Show.
All right, questions for Coach?
So, Coach, Ole Miss, they come in a little slow, a little different style that you've had before. So, what's your approach into this game?
Well, obviously it's an SEC opponent. They're well coached. They play well together. Maybe not as deep as they've been in the past, but they're going to play the game the right way on both ends of the floor. Just watching film on them, really good at what they do, and then they have two really good guard scorers that can give you a headache all night. And we just have to come in, protect home court, understand what's ahead of us and what they're going to do, and just counter it.
They're a team that's really sound defensively, and for you guys kind of struggling from shooting from deep, how excited are you to see this matchup going against a good defensive team?
They didn't know we were struggling shooting deep. Goodness, but no. Obviously, you know, when we are struggling shooting deep, but on any given day we could get hot. So they're gonna try to pack it in. They're gonna try to do what they do: 1-3-1 zone, mix it up. There are no secrets, with certain coaches. They're going to play their style. So for our young guys, it's going to be tough because we've been playing against zone, mixed with man, mixed with a little press, pretty much almost every game this year. And it's getting the best of them because they're so young and they've never seen it before. So hopefully for us tomorrow, we'll get on the same page early and be able to deflect anything that they're trying to get us to do that we don't want to do.
How's the shooting in practice?
The shooting in practice is good because I like it to the walls. It's kind of closed in. You get into the arena and it opens up, so it definitely bodes us well to be practicing there more. So we're going there today to practice, which is going to help us because the guys, they're having problems with their perception in that arena.
There was some talk the other night about slow starts and that sort of thing, and now we're talking about cold shooting. Is it too soon to start maybe thinking about tinkering with the lineup or change, just like subtle differences?
Yeah, I think it's too soon. We're trying to get things in order, and we're trying to get guys some to get comfortable. I mean, these are young kids that have never seen it. Experience is the best teacher, so we're not going to go overboard. We've only lost one game, and it's been on the road, so not panicking yet. If we were 0-5, maybe you go, hey, man, it's time. But right now, you just try to give your guys confidence and then go out there as a team and keep plugging away.
You mentioned after certain games about we've given them a game plan, we know what to expect, and then certain parts of it they don't execute. What part of the game plan for this game are you worried about?
Well, obviously, they're two best players. Those are the guys that you worry about the most because they can score at a high level. And they're going to be fired up to ride down the road to play against us in our building because this will be their first test on the road. I think they played all their games at home. So for us, our young team, it's just going out there and trying to master what they're going to throw at us. And like I said, when they go to that zone, we just have to be prepared for it. And defensively, we have to shut those two guys down.
With some of the adversity that's taking place, has anybody on the team in particular stepped up and said, I want to be a leader here?
I'm not sure about the adversity.
In terms of
I'm joking. Alex Lomax and Tyler Harris are two guys from last year, and they're Memphis guys. They're taking pride in this as well, and just knowing what the atmosphere is, and all the new guys being so young, they have to be leaders. They're young themselves, but now they have to say, hey guys, this is Memphis. The fans are behind us. Our families are behind us. We're together. Let's go with the crew that we have and just go to war. Let everything else just take care of itself.
Those guys don't feel young to you? They don't feel young still to you?
Tyler and Alo, yeah, absolutely. It's almost like unfair to make them be the leaders right now because they need another veteran with them to lead them, but this is what they have to do, and then they're at home.
There's still a lot of talent on this team. I mean, you have a lot of talent that you would be bringing to FedEx Funk now, yes? There's a lot of, without James, it's still a talented group.
Yes, still a talented group. He brings a lot to the table, but we still have a lot of great talent on the team. A lot of guys that can get it done in a variety of ways, and they just have to come together collectively and do it as a team. No individual is going to get it done by themselves.
Do you remember when Larry had NCAA trouble early on, and it wasn't his, it was left over, and he had to sort of get through it, and they had a great, I think the second year they had a great, do you remember? Do you remember?
Vaguely.
Right.
I vaguely remember that. Yeah, I vaguely remember that, but I do I don't know what happened the next year, but I do remember the rumblings of the NCAA.
You mentioned that DJ, with all this stuff coming on, has a learning, sharp learning curve. How is the learning curve coming for the rest of the team?
No, it's the same for all of them. And I think DJ's handling it well. I mean, he's overwhelmed a lot out there because we're putting a lot on him. But man, he's handling it well. I mean, he's probably our most consistent player. And he goes out there last game, if it weren't for him, in the first half, who knows what happens. And then in the second half, he got into foul trouble. But really proud of him because he wants to get it right.
What about
Like
the
all
others?
the guys.
What about the others?
They all want to get it right. Obviously, it's frustrating because they've never been thrusted and put into this situation. Now, all of a sudden, they have to fend for themselves. They have to defend. They have to do the things that their teammates have done pretty much their whole careers. And they've been able to kind of chill a little bit and be selective on when they want to play hard. But now it's all out 100% every time.
With a couple days having passed with the Wiseman news breaking, do you sense a little bit of closure? I know. It's a good one, I swear. It's a good one.
And you wore a red coat, too. All right, I'm sorry.
You're fine. But now that there's been a little bit of time, can you tell that the team is kind of have a closure to that and they can just focus on basketball?
Yeah, I think we were all waiting on, a resolution. And once we heard the news, we have to deal with it, even though we're appealing it. Obviously, we can say, okay, now we know what's actually going to happen. And they kind of put the team at ease in some areas, but we all still feel for James. And they're handling that much better now that we have a resolution.
Your staff are pretty vocal, in game in terms of coaching. Are you seeing the results as you're making them in game, or is this more stuff you're having to take into practice and work on in practice?
No, obviously it starts in practice, and we won't carry over from practice into the game. So I'm saying with the young team, 60% of the time we're doing it correct because they're so young. And you want to build. We knew it wasn't going to be like 100% right now. By the time we get to January, February, March, we want it to be at 80, 90. And once you hit April, you want it to be even more, March, April. So this is how it is.
Are they responding in game, though? Like when you're making those adjustments, you feel like they're getting what you're...
Yeah, because we're reminding them. When we watch film, we show them the mistakes and we show them the good. So when we see the things that we're having problems with spacing, missing certain things on offense that we should get, defensively, rotations, then they get it in their heads and we can remind them during the games and they'll definitely respond to it right away.
After the last game, you mentioned that you had apologized to Isaiah Maurice about not giving him more minutes after he performed in a couple games before that, Damian Ball. How challenging is that to make sure that you're rewarding them with proper minutes for the way that they play while they're in?
Yeah, I think a lot of the times, as a coach, you want to see the work and the grind in practice, and then you start rewarding that because that's where you get the confidence from. You get the confidence in the player from what they show in practice. Now, when they get the minutes and maximize the minutes, then you got to go, okay, well, this guy's showing up, maybe not showing up as much in practice, but doing better in the games. And Isaiah Maurice having 9 rebounds in back-to-back games in small minutes is huge. So you got to reward him for that. And now he's in the gym working extra, and it has to be, constant. You can't, and consistent. You can't just only do it when you think you're going to play versus if I'm not playing as much, I'm not going to do it. So with him, he's a talent, and we need him desperately. And, I'm going to reward him for that. But you have to do both. You have to be on him, and then you have to praise him as well. It's both ways.
Who's the most consistent in practice and in the game?
Me. No, but but I am. I'm going to stay on it.
Okay, who's the second?
No, I'm just not.
Coach Miller?
Obviously the veterans know more because they know the system. Alo, Tyler, those guys, obviously Jaden, those guys kind of know what I want in the field, so they kind of help me kind of teach everybody else. So consistently, the young guys are just going to be up and down. But you got the veteran players and the coaching staff helping them on the sidelines, trying to correct it.
Going back to you like most. Commonly, which lineup do you like most? Which 5-guy grouping?
To me, I like a smaller lineup, but when Precious moves to the 5, he's not comfortable. So we got to keep a big out there because I don't think any 5, man, Precious is not a 5. He can guard a 5, but I don't think a 5 can guard him. So we got to get him more comfortable in that situation because we're going to have to use that. Most teams go small and play small ball because if your bigs are athletic and strong like Precious is, then you can definitely get an advantage on the other end.
Going back to the three-point shooting, just obviously youth we're talking about, but also the new three-point line this year. How much of an impact has that had? It doesn't seem like it's isolated to just Memphis at three-point shooting.
Yeah, I knew that was going to be a problem, but we have really good shooters that have lost their confidence. Kids like to see the ball go in. The coaches love seeing the ball go in, but obviously when you don't see it go in, you lose confidence and you start turning those shots down. And all it takes is for you to lose confidence and start missing shots, and then you don't think it's ever going to go in. So we encourage all of our shooters to keep shooting and it has to turn. You know, I don't think we can shoot like this for a full year. I hope not.
Does the
Before
new
you-
line just have an impact with that?
I'm sorry?
Does the new 3-point?
I think the new line does have something to do with it, but we're not going to use it as an excuse because I think the guys that we have, Tyler, Boogie, Jaden, Lester, those guys can really shoot the basketball. Even Isaiah Maurice and Lance Thomas are 3-point shooters, and DJ Jeffrey. So DJ's actually probably shooting it better than anybody right now because he's shooting it at a high clip. Not shooting as many, but making them. But we got enough guys that can make them. But the line is, you know, has been a small problem for us.
Before you accepted the job here at Memphis, your name had been out there for the Ole Miss job. Was that real, and was that the first time your
No,
name
that
had
was,
kind
that was
of
real. And that was the first time something that came up. That was definitely real.
real? How real was it? Were you interested, or was it just from
I mean,
there?
I entertained it for a second, but obviously my heart was here.
You've had that conversation with them, though, shooters shoot, and even if you're in the slums, just keep letting it fly.
Yeah, I hate to see guys turn down open shots because that's selfish. You have to shoot that basketball because that's a part of what we do. We're trying to get the ball to the open man, and whether you're not confident or not, you have to shoot it with confidence to feel like the next shot is going to go in.
You guys are wearing throwbacks, right?
Yeah,
Saturday?
Memphis State Day tomorrow for the first time for
What?
the young guys.
Why do you think it's important to do it for this game?
Well, it wasn't just this game. I wanted to do it, but it is Ole Miss Memphis. You know, you kind of get that old school rivalry, and this is where the Memphis State I think is only right tomorrow. But it was just time. They had just gotten back, and it's a perfect time to wear the uniforms that just gotten back.
Any new shoes with those uniforms?
No.
And you seem more relaxed this today than you have been in maybe 2 years. Why such a positive attitude, and is it reflected on your team coming forward?
Well, obviously, you know, we have to take everything with a grain of salt, you know, and me being a leader, you know, I have to show confidence in everything that I do because I'm human. You know, you worry, you think about certain things, you get upset, you get disappointed, but when the guys, they feed off me, so I have to stay upbeat for them to stay upbeat.
Was this the
Kermit's
only
been able
job to achieve success with maybe lesser talent at previous schools he's been to, and he did it a year ago at Ole Miss? What do you think makes him so good? You think it's that system he runs? And
He has a great system, and he rules with iron fist. He's a guy that's not going to take mediocre. He's not going to accept it. He wants excellence at every second, every minute out on the floor, and I respect him for that because in this area where everybody's entitled, he doesn't allow you to feel entitled. He makes you feel like everything has to be earned, and that's why he's successful everywhere he goes.
Was this the only job you would have entertained being the head coach of?
Yes. Yeah, this would have been on.
Got time for one more? Anyone? All right, thanks.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Coach.